Okay, hello. So I am going to be getting around today to do something that I have been planning to do for a long time, and that is a much overdue plant update. So most of my plants are moved indoors now. I do have a few that are still outside, which I'll show as well. Yeah, I have been talking about filming this update. Sorry about my appearance. I'm horrendous all the time. But yeah, I've been talking about filming a plant update for a long time. I'm finally getting around to doing it. Thank you so much for your patience. If anybody was like waiting, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not gonna keep rambling. Let's just get into it because we have a lot to get through. Okay. So this is weird, but I'm actually gonna start in my sink because I just watered and transplanted a lot of my plants since bringing them in. Some of them had some bugs, some of them just grew a lot and need to be transplanted. Some soil just needed to be taken out and it needed fresh soil. So yeah, and so I just got done watering these bad boys. So here we go. All right, so this is just a cactus and succulent here. These were each like $1 and they came separately and I just planted them together. I actually have a few pots with these same exact plants in them because I had so many and I just separated them. This is my Pilea, one of them. She is doing phenomenal. I love this plant. It's like indestructible if you look in there. I don't know if you can see, but it just keeps getting new growth. It's like every day there's a new leaf and I'm in love. This is my Ruby Red. She is stunning. She's grown a lot, but my cat, okay, so these leaves here are like what the new ones look like. And then as they mature, they turn into like these kind that look like this, more green and less red. My cat did start to chew on this a little bit, so that's why some of the leaves look like that, but still going strong. So cute. This is just a little spiky boy that I have here. I'm trying not to stab myself, but yes, this is just a little cactus. He's super cute. Love his work. And then over here I have another cactus as well. This green guy here, freshly watered. Here's some hen and chicks, and I love this pot. This is not the pot that it came in. I transplanted from another plant that I got, but super pretty. Kind of looks gross right now because I watered it, but my hen and chicks. This is my, let me see, I forget this one's name. Olympia false Aurelia. Whoop. Olympia false Aurelia. I don't know. But this thing is super cool. Let me show you. It's kind of looks like a little tree. And then here the branches are like this Dalmatian pattern, which is really interesting. I have one other plant that has that same type of thing. They're in the same plant family. This is another calendula. I have a pink one and now I have this one. And then this is another one of those plants, just like this one over here that I showed you. But this one has grown exponentially more than the other ones. So really loving her work. That is like twice the size it was when I first planted it. Over here I have some more. I kind of like don't have a place for all my plants yet. They're just wherever they are getting decent lighting for now until I find some more furniture and shelving to put them on. So that's why everything is kind of cluttered and chaotic, but this is not going to be its permanent home. This is just where I found good sunlight for now. So this is my jade plant here. It has grown a lot since, I don't know if you can tell or see any new growth, but it has grown a lot since I first got it. This is that crazy wild cactus that I don't really know what its deal is, but it just keeps on growing. It's got some new growth right there. Super cool. This is that plant that I talk about all the time, and I can never find the name of it, but it has also grown a lot. So many of these plants have grown so much since being outside. This is my tropical foliage plant. It's variegated a lot. It has grown super tall and it's doing really, really well. I don't know how it's gonna do now that it's back inside, but it did well inside last time before I moved it out. So I think it'll be fine, but she's a beauty. This is one of my first plants ever. And then over here, I have my little 2-tier succulent garden that I built and planted and made. I don't remember if anybody saw the video where I did this, but it is still going strong. Look how long these little green guys are. They used to be like this tall. They've grown so much. The cacti have grown. This is my other calendula. She is not doing as well. I don't really know. She just got done blooming. It bloomed a bunch outside and it grew like twice the size. And it still has new growth, but I don't know if maybe these leaves are just old and dying and making way for new leaves, but it hasn't bloomed in a while now. There's some of the remnants of the old blooms. And I'm not sure exactly. So if anybody has any tips on that, please help me. my succulents and a lot of propagations. This cactus also doing great, as well as my Santa Clara or Santa Clarita, I can't remember, cactus. So I finally found out the name of this one. So that's dope. This thing is still going strong and I'm loving it. I just wish I had somewhere better to put it, or that it wasn't such an awkward shape, because it's really hard to get it the sunlight that it needs. Okay, down here on the floor, these plants usually live on this shelf up here, but they are getting sunlight right now. So I have what I believe is my snake plant. This is not a for sure thing for me, but I think that's what this is. I believe this is the Snow White purple waffle, maybe? Snow White waffle plant. I'm so sorry about this angle, by the way. But yeah, I just transplanted this guy, so he's doing really good. He was browning there for a minute, so I thought I'd give him some new soil, and seems to be doing better. Look at the color on it. When that sunlight hits it, it's beautiful. This is my dark mystery, right? Yes, my dark mystery. Never seen a plant like this before, but super interesting. This one is very dramatic. The second it needs water, it wilts like crazy and looks like it's dead, and then as soon as you water it, it perks right back up. It's crazy. This is that plant that Mike got me that I never can remember what it's called or really know what it's called, but look at all this new growth it has down here. That's brand new, but I also don't know what I'm doing wrong, because some of the leaves are still browning and it hasn't bloomed in a while. So again, if anybody has any tips, please let me know. Sorry, this is going kind of quick. A lot of people have seen these before and I have a lot to get through. That's my ZZ plant back there. Not much has changed with that at all. It's just gotten a little taller. This is another little cactus garden that I built. Super cute in that purple pot. I love it. My hen and chicks. This thing is my prized possession. That's the one from my great grandma. And then I have just some more in all of these little holes down here. They're growing. They've grown a lot as well. I made this little terrarium of all of my propagations so far. So that's doing really good in there. I don't know if you can see very well. It's kind of hard to get a good shot of that. All right, moving on. So this is I don't know a lot of these names. I think this is my moondrop. Yeah, moondrop plant. This is the one that reminds me of bananas. Still going strong, super tall. This is my Luna Croton. This thing has really outgrown itself. It is just like twice the size that it was when I first got it. This is my Philodendron Birkin. Tina has gotten into this one a little bit, so excuse some of the leaves, but we are still thriving. I love this thing. It is beautiful. This is just a little succulent thing back here. It's really firm, like you would think it would be almost floppy, but it's not. This is another pot where I just created another one of those little succulent gardens and cacti, same as the other two pots that were in the sink. This is it's called an arrowhead something. Let's see. Maria arrowhead plant. This thing is super cool. The leaves start off like this and then they unroll, and this thing has had serious new growth since I first got it. Look at all that. Beautiful. Another cacti garden right here. This spiky boy here has grown so much, as well as these little things that look like brains and those things that for some reason remind me of SpongeBob. They have all grown a lot. This is my crispy wave, which I don't know if it's dying or I don't know. This thing is not doing well at all. If anybody knows anything about this plant, I've done research and have not been able to find much, but I don't know. It's like not doing well. This is my, I think, pink star. Yeah, this thing is so cool. The middle, none of that used to be there. It's all grown since I've gotten it, and I just love it. I love the unique colors that plants make. You're just like, what? This is the other plant that has that unique branching that kind of looks like a Dalmatian that I was talking about. But this one's kind of same deal. It's like wilting. I am going to try to repot it. I didn't get to this one today, but I'm going to see if that helps. And this is an Gold Crest Falsaralia. So there's that. This is my other Pilia. This is a mini Pilia, and he is so cute. This is the one that Tina destroyed, and it just totally revived itself. Like it had like 2 leaves left, and now look at it. Beautiful. This is my sad, unfortunate African violet that I'm trying to revive. It bloomed once, all died off, and then a bunch of leaves died off, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I bottom water it. I feed it African violet food, and I am so depressed if I killed this thing. I don't know what I did, but yeah. This is my, what I believe to be money tree. Not exactly sure though. I thought this thing had root rot when I first got it, but it's doing great. It has seen some new growth and done really well. This is just a random little succulent that I put in this pot. It was like $1 and it's really grown. This is another one that I'm gonna try to repot and see if that helps because it's kind of dying. But this is called a Sanderiana. Can you tell I'm like really not good with the names, but I love plants. Anyway, so yeah, this one is not doing the best, but we're gonna try to revive it, which is what I do with a lot of these plants, and it tends to work really well for me. Just give it a nice trim and some new soil and it's usually fine. And then I do have some hidden under here because I'm trying to get everything sunlight right now. That is my string of hearts, no. My string of pearls, not my string of hearts. That's a plant that I want. But it's, again, just doing really well. It's grown a lot, has a lot of new growth. It's moved inside now, so I'm going to see how it does. This is another pothos, or no, philodendron. It's a philodendron Brazil. Beautiful. Like, look at the leaves on this thing. That is so cool to me. This is my Marble Queen pothos. As you can see here, a little bit of browning, but honestly, it has had a lot of new growth recently and it started to thrive again. I cleaned it up and gave it some new soil and it's been doing a lot better since then. I didn't really see any growth for a while and I honestly thought I had killed it, but I did that and it's doing a lot better now. So there's those guys hidden under there. Tiny little thing when I first had it, but it was truly the size of these little ones down here. And it just totally took off and is still going, and all of that like used to not be there. That's all new. So that's super cool to me. I just have it on a little sconce up here. It's just a little tiny guy. Just a leafy succulent type plant. Got it at Kroger for $1, but it's doing really well, and I just have it on the other sconce. Okay, over here I have my Raven ZZ. This thing is so cool. It's like my other ZZ plant, but it is almost black. It looks a little more forest green on camera, but in person it is a little deeper. It has this new growth right here, which is so awesome. And it says, when you look it up, that when they first grow, they start out really light green. And then as they mature, they turn this deep, deep green color, almost black. So that's really awesome. I love this plant and it's doing so well. I have my cactus over here, the infamous cactus that my grandma gave me. It was even smaller than this when I first got it. And this is all new growth. It is so cool and it's still growing. It's been transplanted 2 or 3 times now and it already probably needs another pot. It's just like thriving. I don't even know what I did. It's just amazing. And then I have a bunch of propagation in here as well, as you can see here. Super nice. We're in the home stretch here. I have my Mandula pothos. This is a newer addition. Kind of the same thing with the leaves where it starts off curled up and it like unfolds. But this thing is so cool. Very variegated, which I love. This is just my ivy. This has grown a lot since I put it outside, actually. This plant was not doing well indoors and I put it outside and it took off and it has all that new growth. This is my other pothos. I forget I think this is just a regular pothos. Let me see here. A golden pothos. So this thing, it needs a bigger pot. But look at this beautiful leaf here. And they have a few. They have a few that are yellowing. That one's actually not even attached to the plant. But overall, this thing is doing really well. It's just, I know it's root bound and it definitely needs a bigger pot. I just haven't been able to find one yet since the season is almost over. I'm gonna have to order one, but this thing is so pretty and it's huge. It's so big. Oh my God. Okay, and then we are in the home stretch here. I have another pothos hanging right here. I want to say it's a neon, but I'm not 100% sure. This is my Ingrid Liz ivy. This used to live outside. It has one little branch there that's dying, but overall it's doing really, really well. I discovered that this had a lid on the bottom and that's why it was dying to begin with. So I removed that and realized that it like had a lid and it wasn't draining. So I gave it some new soil and it took off after that. It was awesome. Out here I just have a few. I have my coral bells, which are chilling, still thriving, doing amazing. I have my tree here. I'm not sure what this thing is officially called, but my tree that I love. And then I have my Vinca vine, which, I mean, honestly, it just trails and trails and trails, but it does well all year round. It doesn't need to come in. And it's just, it gets probably, I don't know how much new growth every single day. I mean, it's amazing. This is one of my favorites if I had to choose, but it's so pretty. Then I have my hanging plant up here and my begonia over there. Whew, okay, I'm like out of breath now. That was kind of quick, so I'm sorry if I was talking too fast or if I like forgot anything or left anything out. I don't think I forgot any plants. I'm looking around like, did I talk about that one? Did I talk about that one? I think I did. I think I remembered everything. But anyway, I just hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a nice look at my little jungle in my condo. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for future videos, like always, please let me know and I will try to make it happen. But until next time, I hope you loved the video and I'll see you then. Bye!